everybody. Hello. Okay, so this is the card we're doing. Now, this I saw on Pinterest and it was someone called Linda's Stamping Escape. And this that I'm holding in my hand is the only card I've made of it. I've never made this card before. It's quite simple, which is why I chose it, because I knew that I wasn't going to be functioning on all cylinders today. So yeah, and what I want to do is I want to try and do a double version of it. So I will show you this one. This is the version that she did. And as I said, this is literally just made out of plain card. This was a quick rush this morning to try and get this done because I really didn't know what I was making today. So that's always good. It's always good to be fully organized. Right, so it's a top folding card, 5x7. So you fold it and then you've got this side panel that opens up. So I thought, I like this card, but I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you had two that folded out? Because at the moment, with just one folding out, if you're trying to stand it up, you either have that bit forward like this, which looks a bit weird from the front, because you kind of looks like that from the front, or you flip that back so it looks like that from the front, so you don't see this front bit, or like that standing up. But then that means that if you had a second one, it would look more balanced, and this would kind of make more sense to be backwards. So that is the card we are going to do. Okay, so what we're going to do first is let's start with the base. So the base card you are going to need, so the purple is my base card. So the purple, you are going to need one piece of 5x7, which is going to stay as it is. So the 5x7 just stays as a 5x7. And then you need one piece that is 5x7.5. And on the 5x7.5, you're just going to score at 1/2 inch. If you have a piece of card that is 5x14 inches, you can just score it in half at 7. But I appreciate most people don't have, so that's why I didn't do that. What we need to do next is get our matte pieces in. Now, for your matte pieces, I've decided to go white. You need one piece that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Okay, so 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. That doesn't need scoring, so that can go to one side. You need another piece which is 5 1/4 by 6 3/4. So this is for the double. Okay, so I'm gonna, yeah, this is for the double. So this you're gonna score at 2 3/8. So 2 3/8 and 4 3/4. And then you also need a big piece, and this piece is 6 3/4 by 9 1/2. And on this you're going to score again at 2 3/8, 2 3/8 and 4 3/4. So that you have the same score lines on both of those matte pieces. What we want to do now is the piece we've just done. The first score line is going to be a mountain, and that's going to be a valley. But yeah, so that's that one. And then this one here, which was your 5 1/4 by 6 3/4. The first one, which was your 2 3/8, that needs to be a mountain, and the other one needs to be a valley. So if you wanted to just do a single, you wouldn't need this piece, okay? But because we're not doing a single, we're going to double, you will need this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and put some, I think, red tape. Could use wet glue if you want. There's another one for the bingo. But I'm going to use red tape just because I want it stuck. I don't want it to move around. Right, so then what I'm going to do is take the backing off this. I'm only going to take part of it off, I think. Like that. I'm going to take this other piece, and this needs to stick on the back of there. So the best way I think of doing it is to put the two together, face together, line them up, and then just fold this over. Because what you want is you want them to be, you want it to make sure that it definitely folds with it, you know, with this tab folded over. You don't want to fold them. If you stick it flat, you could end up with problems. So then what we want to do is bring in our card and our base card, and we're going to fold and burnish along the tab at the top. And I'm going to use wet glue. You can use wet glue or red tape, depending on what you want. And I'm going to put this on here. I'm just going to go a bit sparing so we don't end up with a glue splurge. Can't talk. And then I'm going to take my 5x7, put it over the top, just line it up along the bottom and along the sides, fold the tab over the top, and then stick it down. I'm just going to open it up. Oh, good, no splurge. Happy days. There we go. Stick that down like that. And then I'm going to make sure that bit with the tab is at the back. So this is now a top folding card. Now I've just remembered one thing that I needed to do before you stick it down, especially if you're using glue, but it's fine because we can still navigate our way through. So what I need to do now is I need to put on the matte piece and also the pattern piece, and I need to cut my circles out. So I've got a small, so this is for the aperture bit. So if you look on here, you've got this aperture here on the front. So on this front piece here, I'm going to cut, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my, no, it depends on what we want to do here. Okay, so I'm going to cut a larger aperture out of the pattern piece before I stick it down. So I've got a larger circle and a smaller circle. So this one is going to go on here like that, and I'm going to cut that out. So let me grab my die cutting machine. So that's one of them. And then what I need to do is bring in my matte and base. If you want, you can stick the matte onto the base and then cut out your smaller aperture. But I think, and if you want to, you can have it going down. So you could have like a bigger aperture on the pattern, a slightly smaller on the matte, and a smaller again on the base. I'm literally just going to go with the two because I think we're going to have problems if I don't do anything different. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do them separately because I feel like we could have big problems otherwise. So I'm going to get my pattern, lay that on the top of the mat like that. Then I'm going to take my slightly smaller circle and lay it on. I'm going to take the pattern off. I would like to stick that in place, but I need both middle and outside to be okay. So I'm going to kind of stick it on but leave a bit of a gap. And then we very carefully remove this and hope it doesn't remove the card, and it hasn't. Happy days. Right, so that's that one. So now I'm going to bring my base in. I'm going to put that on the front like that. Make sure it's about right. I'm going to put this into position like that. And I'm going to tape it into place. And then I'm just very carefully going to remove the mat. She says. Just shimmy it. Oh, there we go, like that. Because you've taped it in one place, it should be okay. And then I'm going to open this all up so we don't end up running the tab section through. I don't really want the tab running through. And I'm going to cut. I hope you can still see. You sort of can, can't you, here? Just going to cut this one bit here. There's your base cut out. You've got a purple one here, which I don't actually need, but you might actually know you won't end up needing that because it'll be the wrong color for what you need. Right, so this I'm going to go ahead now and stick this on top of that. So obviously you don't you know, you literally, the aperture should line up. So let's stick that down first. And then on top of that, I need to put the pattern paper that we just cut out. So again, this should hopefully, yeah, you should end up with a nice even border around your aperture and around your outside. And I'm going to use wet glue on this, which I hope I'm not going to regret. Okie doke. So there's your base section done. So now we're going to open this up and we're going to stick in the main bit, which is this. And because you've done it as a basically a 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, it means you've got a bit of a border all the way round. So on the back here, I'm going to go ahead and put some wet glue and then stick that in. And I would advise folding your foldy bits, your side pieces down when you stick it in, because then you can see that you've got an even border around everything. So then we just need 2 pieces of pattern here, and these are going to be 2 1/8 by 6 1/2. So I'm using this out of the kit, which are going to go there. Right, so if you wanted to, you could put a pattern piece in the middle here, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to have the circle in the middle. But if you wanted to, you could put a piece of pattern paper here, and then just use, because I've actually got, no, maybe I should put some pattern paper there. No, I think I will actually. I think I will, because I've actually cut myself out using the same circle dies. I've cut a base piece, 3 base pieces using that. And then I've cut 2 what would be pattern pieces, but obviously I've decided to use these from the bonus pages. I've cut 2 of those out, and I've cut 1 white out using the smaller aperture. So it's really up to you. The big piece that you cut out earlier, so this is why I said the purple bit you cut out, which is your base, you probably won't need that because it's too small. If you want to, you could use that and then make a smaller one to go on top to be your topper, so that exactly fits. But I decided not to do that, decided to go with it. So the white will fit. You see, the white will fit eventually if I line it up properly. Yeah, but I decided to go a bit bigger. So I am going to cut a piece of pattern paper for this one. So let me get a bit of pattern paper. There we go. So that's going to go in the middle there like that. I'm not going to put anything on here just because I don't want to bulk it out too much, because it is quite chunky as it is. Now, what we want to do, and I advise you start with the front first. So the front one, I'm going to use this one, which is Birthday Wishes. And what I'm going to do is put this in, and obviously it's going to line up to make sure that my greeting is actually straight. So I'm just going to get it so it's all lined up like that. And then I'm actually going to, now I should probably go left then right, shouldn't I? I think I need to go left then right. So I'm going to draw a little pencil line around the outside of here. This is such busy pattern paper, you're not really going to see it. Because what I want to do is I just want to glue that section. And if I do it actually on the card itself, then I think that's going to be easier than trying to do it on the back of the semicircle. And then on this side, I've got this, and I'm going to stick that on the top. I wanted to do it with silicone glue, but I'm going to have to do that at the end, I think, because if I try and do it now, I'm going to squish it. So that needs to go behind this one. So what I reckon you should probably do, because there isn't really a right or wrong way up for this, so I'm just going to stick this behind here, fold it down, because you want them all to sort of line up with each other, and just scooch that into place. And then I'm also going to do the same again. I'm just going to draw around Okay, so that's that. And then we just need to put the last one in, which is this one. And actually, you could just do this now. You could just bring this down and get it into place. And then I just need to add on this piece in here, and I'm going to use silicone glue. Okay, so that's going to be like that. That's going to go on top, and then this is going to come over the top. Now, I don't want to fold that down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out for a second just so it can dry. So there you go. And then I just feel like it needs some purple on the front. Does anybody else think it needs some flowery bits on the front? I think it does. Oh, there we go. Is this dry yet? Oh, it is pretty much. Cool. So that's like that and like that. And then I just need to add some purple gems. Nice little card. That's the front. And then you open it up. You need to watch those gems. And then these two just open up like that. And then you've got space to write in the middle. I do prefer the balanced, definitely. And then it just means that when you stand it up, the person, well, they can have it forward like that, but it kind of obstructs it. But if they just push that back a little bit, then it stands up nicely. The other thing you could do is have it not as a top folding, but as a bottom folding card. So you could have it so that this bit is at the bottom and it folds down, and then that way that would be it would be just rest on the mantelpiece or whatever, and these would sit up. So that's the other way of doing it. That might work quite well actually. So there you go. That is the card for today. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Bye everyone.